So deep exhalation first, then deep inhalation. Retain for as long as possible the breath that you inhaled. Then exhale consciously for a significant period of time. And then again continue the cycle. And during this process, focus only on the breath. Don't allow the mind to wander anywhere, and relax the physical body. And when you focus on the breath, the mind will quieten automatically. Right now, do proper pranayama. So this process of systematic traditional pranayama is the fastest and most efficient way to quieten the mind. So whenever you are having any kind of mental challenges, sit down and do this pranayama. The mind will quieten very quickly. And when the mind is very well quietened, Upanishad mantras advise us to do upasana, dhyanam on the Brahma Tattvam, supreme truth, when the mind is quietened. Sarvam khalvidam Brahma, tat jalaniti shanta upasita. So when the mind is quietened, shanta upasita, do dhyanam upasana on the Brahma Tattvam after studying the Vedanta Shastra systematically with a guru, traditional teacher. Understand this Brahman is only reality that is all pervading all around us. The only reality is Brahma Tattvam. From that arises this relatively real universe. Tajjalan, Srishti, Sthiti, Layam. Creation, sustenance, dissolution of the entire universe happens from that supreme principle. So we give more importance to the relative world and get caught in ups and downs. Upanishad mantra refocuses your thought on the supreme truth, which is also your own absolute reality. So the same reality that is Brahman is the Atma Tattvam, which is within you as pure consciousness, because of which all your functions are happening. Once again, the Upanishad mantra helps us by reminding us that every function, both the functions of the organs of knowledge and the organs of action, is possible only by the Chaitanya Tattvam, consciousness principle. So the mantra says, Shrotrasya Shrotram Manaso Mano Yad Vachoha Vacham Savu Pranasya Pranaha Chakshushaschakshushu Atimuchya Dhiraha Pretyasmallokadamrita Bhavanti. Now, as you progress in this process of dhyanam, see, dhyanam also is a very gradual process. You will not be able to attain the pinnacle of dhyanam immediately. So, with the help of these mantras, when you chant Shrotrasya Shrotram, that one word, two words, Shrotrasya Shrotram, focusing on the one principle of hearing, your mind should focus on the functioning, the action, the function of hearing, the sound that goes inside. Now, all other thoughts will disappear, focus on the sound. And that sound is possible to be cognized only by the presence of supreme consciousness. Sound that reaches the mind can be cognized only by the consciousness principle. So you can dwell on this thought for nearly 15-20 minutes if required. Shrotrasya Shrotram Manaso Mano. The thinking of mind is possible only because of the consciousness principle. So go beyond the mind, go beyond the sound. So that is how the mind will penetrate the matter principle and seek the consciousness principle. Manaso Mano, the mind of the mind. So Shrotrasya Shrotram, ear of the ear, means what? The physical ear, the sound and the impression on the mind should go beyond that. Yat Vachoha Vacham. So the speech that is happening, how is the functioning happening of the speech? All the movements go beyond. There is a principle that enables the functioning, that is consciousness. Vachoha Vacham. Sau Pranasya Pranaha. Initially, when doing dhyanam, you are focusing on the prana shakti, the breath. Now, when you focus on Brahman, go beyond the breath, beyond the life principle, the breath, the prana. The prana also exists because of consciousness. Chakshusha chakshuhu, the eye of the eye. Eyes cannot see without consciousness. So one who understands, one who penetrates all these matter principles, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandham, and elevates the mind to that principle which enables all the functioning, which is called Atman, Brahman, pure consciousness principle. Atimuchya dhiraha. Person crosses over the cycle of samsara, again being born. Because once you establish in reality, there is no more desire. There is no more desire, there is no more birth. So the key reason for the fact that you will not be reborn is because desires have totally been extinguished. Atimuchya dhiraha pretyaha small lokat. After the physical body is dropped off during this period, amrita bhavanti, attains immortality. So while being alive, you are established in supreme peace, happiness, bliss, never ever getting into any kind of worries of the happenings around. And that's why the life of a jnani is always very peaceful, happy, blissful. And after the physical body perishes, no more physically you'll be born with a physical body. So, knowledge of absolute reality bestows you immortality. And how do you understand that Brahman is a supreme truth from which emerges the entire universe of creation, sustenance, and dissolution? Bhagavan is going to dwell on that aspect in the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. It's no study that. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्य कोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः निधये सर्वविद्यानां षजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवत्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः अपार करुणा सिंधुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखर गुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्महम् ॐ all of you chant Yam Brahma loudly on cameras. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunmanti Dimyai Stavai Vedai Sangha Padakramo Parichadair Gayanti Yam Samaga ध्यानावस्थित तद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः ॐ श्रीकृष्णाय परमात्मने नमः ॐ श्रीगणेशाय नमः श्रीसरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ श्रीभगवानुवाच तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थः ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता ज्योतिषामपि तज्ज्योतिः तमसः परमुच्यते ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं ज्ञानगम्यं हृदि सर्वस्य विष्ठितं न हि ज्ञानेन सदृशं पवित्रमिह विद्यते तत्स्वयं योगसंसिद्धः कालेनात्मनि विन्दति ज्ञानेन तु तदज्ञानम् येषां नाशितमात्मनः तेषामादित्यवज्ञानम् प्रकाशयति तत्परं यथैधांसि समिद्धोऽग्निः भस्मसात् कुरुतेऽर्जुन ज्ञानाग्निः सर्वकर्माणि भस्मसात् कुरुते तथा यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणं तमाहुः पण्डितं बुधाः ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Now chant the 5 slokas most important for you to handle your interactions in the world. श्रीभगवानुवाच दैवी एषा गुणमयी मम माया दुरत्यया मामेव ये प्रपद्यन्ते मायामेतां तरन्ति ते अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम् मत्तः परतरं नान्यत् किञ्चिदस्ति धनञ्जय मयि सर्वमिदं प्रोतं सूत्रे मणिगणा इव ईश्वरः सर्वभूतानां हृद्देशेऽर्जुन तिष्ठति भ्रामयन् सर्वभूतानि यन्त्रारूढानि मायया. So constantly reiterate this particular shloka. Prapancho yadi vidyeta nivarteta na samshayah maya matramidam dvaitam advaitam paramarthatah. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता एकादशोऽध्यायः विश्वरूपदर्शनयोगः. Understand shloka number 4. Arjuna uvacha manyase yadi tacchakyam maya drashtumiti prabho yogeshvara tato me tvam darshayatmanamamvyayam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hardam Swagatam. Hearty welcome. Alushchan cameras. Hearty welcome to the next session on the 11th chapter, most important chapter, which brings some sense of understanding of this creation, sustenance, solution of the universe on Brahman. It is nothing but superimposed on Brahman. Slowly you'll understand that. Very important chapter to get some understanding. It's called as Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. Vishwarupam. Vishwam means what? Vishwam doesn't mean only your town or city or country. Vishwam means entire universe. So, entire universe is infinite. That's why Vishwam. Then Rupam. Vishwayeva Rupam, Vishwarupam. One definition I gave you. What does it mean? Means Bhagavan as matter principle has manifested as entire Vishwam or universe. That is one name. One name of Bhagavan is Vishwarupam. When you add Darshanam to it, it is a vision of the entire universe on the Supreme. That is Vishwarupa Darshanam. So you want to focus on Vishwarupam or Vishwarupa Darshanam? I'm going to make you think. See, many people don't even think in Vishwarupa Darshana Yogam. They think it's like a film. Go see a film and picture like that. Some picture is coming. 99% can, I'm telling you. Nobody knows properly this chapter. So, I'm simple question I want to ask you. You want to focus on Vishwarupam or Vishwarupa Darshanam? Everybody is now thinking. Vishwarupa Darshanam is Rajasagar is correct. Vishwarupam. The Vishwarupam, which is the name of Bhagavan, is the actual reality in this virtual reality. Actually, Vishwarupa Darshanam, write down, next level, is actually virtual reality. It is not, neither it is absolutely real, nor is absolutely unreal. It is in between real and unreal. So it's called virtually real. In the virtually real, there are two aspects. One is called virtual, one is called real. The real is Supreme Bhagavan. Virtual is the superimposition of the vision. To understand this, go back and listen to the recording. Anybody has got doubts? Please go back to the recording. They're available free of cost for a few more weeks. After that, they'll be put into different mode. Okay, now, anyway, you understand? Got some idea? Vishwarupa Darshan. Because every class, I'll give you incremental information on the concept of Vishwarupam. Because one class, if I tell you only the concept, you'll go to sleep. So slowly have you understood from the elementary concept of what you understood as Vishwarupa Darshanam, slowly you are coming to the understanding of Vishwarupa Darshanam as a virtual reality. So, previous shloka number 3, what did Arjuna say? Arjuna said, I have heard enough of hearing. So, some people say, no, enough of meeting. Let's go and get the job done. Some people are busy only doing meeting in corporate world. So, there is one saying, famous saying, people who don't like planning. To hell with planning, go and do something useful, they'll say. So like that, enough of hearing. Arjuna is saying, not saying all these things. I've heard enough. So he's again and again saying, I've heard. What I've heard, I accept. I'm not going to question. It is just like the way you are explaining everything. I'm accepting verily. Now I want to go to the next stage of vision. I want to see your divine form. So, what is the divine form? Is qualifying in the next sloka. So, as we discussed in the last class, in front of Arjuna, Bhagavan is in human form. 2 hands, 2 legs, right? Supposedly taking care of the horses, chariot, cleaning, and all those things he's doing. See, in Mahabharata during the war, in the night Arjuna will sleep, but in the night Krishna Paramatma has to clean the horses, feed them properly, make them healthy, and then clean the chariot. All that he was doing. Krishna Paramatma, please understand. So, when you're cleaning your car, don't think, I should do this job. Bhagavan himself has been doing. So, you should immediately put on the hat of Bhagavan himself did cleaning of chariot. Those days, the vehicle was chariot. These days, vehicle is car. Correct? So, no job is a menial job. Please understand. So, Bhagavan has practically demonstrated. So, that Krishna Paramatma, who was a charioteer, human form, Arjuna is saying, I want to see your divine form. Why? Because Bhagavan has said, I am this, I am that, I am this, I am that, right? In the previous chapter. And how does he visualize the divine form of the so-called human Krishna? He says, you show me your divine form, write down one, which is inexhaustible in terms of the glories. It is glorious. So, yes, you are told you are, all the different aspects that are told, both divine as well as the worldly great things. That means I should be able to see all of them in you. If I am that, see, Bhagavan didn't say I'm only this. If Bhagavan is A, B, C, D, 1 to say 78 or whatever number it is, all 78 should be seen in Bhagavan. So, here Arjuna is correcting himself, saying that your glories are inexhaustible. I want to see not this human form, but the glorious form which has got all the manifestations of the glories in you, which is the inexhaustible, glorious form I want to see. Now, this is something that is what? Uncomprehendable or incomprehensible. You cannot even think, right? Mind boggling. You have to see the entire universe, Ishwarupam, which contains everything, all the glories in one form. It is something that is normally not possible. Possible again. Is it possible? Just like what they do nowadays, a lot of people see the Google map. They start from top, from the earth, right? They show the earth. From there, they bring down slowly focus, correct? Come near your country, then your city, your town, then your place, then they'll show your house also. Yes or no? Have you seen that? Some people are seeing. I don't know. Like that. That is only earth. Now, imagine now, I'm giving examples. See, modern day technology is very, very useful to understand the Shastras. Imagine if you have to zoom the entire universe. From there, slowly come down, focus on individual aspects. Can any technology do now? Today, they cannot do. They can only take the earth and focus on area. Means what? It is something beyond even comprehension. So, Arjuna says, if you consider that it can be seen by me, that means what? One thing he believes Bhagavan can do anything. Bhagavan can make what? What? A zero, a hero, hero, a zero. Correct? So he can do anything, right? So don't be careful with Bhagavan. If you want Ananya Bhakti with Bhagavan, whatever you want, you will get. Please understand. Yogakshimhamyaham. So he has known Bhagavan really and says, if you consider that it can be seen by me, that means what? There is a possibility of seeing. One, two, there is a possibility that you can bestow me that sight. Two things are there, right? One to create the vision, another is to be able to see it. Correct? Suppose somebody has created the Google map of the entire earth. It is there somewhere. For you to see, you should get a chance. No, either no through computer or TV, whatever it is. So two things. Somebody has to make it. Somebody has to make sure it is enabled for you to see. So two aspects. One, if it can be seen to by me, then can you please show me your inexhaustible, glorious form, so that what I have heard from you, I can further what? Fortify my knowledge of understanding that yes, the entire universe is created, sustained, and dissolved on the Ishwara Tattvam. Now take out the Krishna form. Krishna form will be there for the Mandamadhyamadhikari, but for Uttamadhikari, it is the supreme principle, Brahman, on which the entire creation, sustenance, dissolution happens. Point one. And whatever happens to the universe, right? There'll be rain, thunder, blood, that so many things are there, right? Should not affect the sustaining principle. Now think. There should be a sustaining principle because of which all these should happen. On that, at the same time, the principle on which everything is superimposed should not get affected. Now, that is why study of the 7th and 9th chapter is very important. We talked about a unique term of the sustenance of the world. What is it called as? Anybody remembers? I coined one term. Contactless sustenance. Write down. Whatever you studied earlier, we should be able to use it here. That's why the systematic development has happened. So, I'm giving in English. So, Bhagavan there confused everybody. Everything is in me, but I am not in anything. So, like that, understand that everything is in me, but everything is not in me also. How? All those things you have to think. That's why I explained extensively. See, the process of, as I tell you, getting Brahmajnanam, or even before getting Brahmajnanam, the proper dhyanam that you are doing for the first 10-15 minutes is very power-packed dhyanam. Don't you see that you should have a clear understanding of Shastras before doing the dhyanam? Are you able to understand now why study of Shastras, understanding the meaning, the words, everything is important for doing proper dhyanam. That is called proper dhyanam, not meditation, not anything, not art. Otherwise, not go haywire. Dhyanam is not dhyanam, it's called meditation. That's why then Swami told, please don't follow meditation. Study Shastras first. Study Shastras extensively for even decades, then you can learn Dhyanam. People like fools rush into Dhyanam, go mad. After that, they are on the road. So please be careful. Study Shastras first systematically. So, study Shastras. Then when you study 7th and 9th chapter, understand the entire universe is sustained by a principle which is called contactless sustenance. So all these things we should be able to see, like Arjuna. Okay, Arjuna is saying that he wants to see. Clear? That is the meaning of this sloka. Let's see whether that's what Arjuna asked in sloka number 4. Padavibhaga Anvaya. Be sharp. So this 1 hour only, be dedicated, be focused. Once you study this, get the Shastra knowledge, life is very easy. Manyase yadi tat shakyam. Tat shakyam becomes tat shakyam. Takaram plus shakaram becomes chakaram. Tat shakyam becomes tat shakyam. Maya drashtum iti Prabho. Hey Prabho. All the addressing of Bhagavan here is very different. He doesn't say Krishna. He doesn't say what? No, different things. Yogeshwara. Hey Yogeshwara. Once again, another word is using. Hey Yogeshwara. Tataha me tvam darshaya. Darshaya. Not darshaya. This no, it's not akaram, akaram. Darshaya. Kriyapadam. Darshaya. Atmanam avyayam. Clear? Now, one important word, Atmanam, came somewhere. The previous sloka. Atmanam. Atmanam. Avyayam. Clear? Now, one important word, Atmanam, came somewhere. The previous sloka. Atmanam. Clear? Now, one important word, Atmanam, came somewhere. The previous sloka. Atmanam. Clear? Now, one important word, Atmanam, came somewhere. Circle that. Same Atmanam is repeating here. You see, first, in the sloka number 3, he said, I want to see you. Atmanam, yourself. Here, that Atmanam is being expanded into a broader definition. So that, what is that yourself? Already seeing you. What is the same form? No. This Atmanam is explained further in sloka number 4. Are you seeing the development? 3 to 4. 3 also Atmanam. 4 also Atmanam. What Atmanam is being explained in the fourth sloka. Now, Anvaya, when you do understand the meaning, you will understand what is the Atmanam that Arjuna is asking. Hey Prabhu! Now, Bhagavan is no longer Lord Krishna, no longer charioteer, no longer other names. Prabhu. Yadi manyase iti tat shakyam drashtum maya tataha tvam darshaya me. It goes up and down, right? Me avyayam atmanam he yogeshwara. Should I repeat? Have you got done? Is it easy or not? Anybody can confirm? Should I repeat? Looks like most of you need repetition. Good, we'll repeat. Hey Prabhu, where is Prabhu? Second Padam last. Yadi manyase. So manyase, yadi becomes yadi manyase. Come back. Then iti. Iti where drashtum iti. That is number 4. Tat shakyam. Tat shakyam you all know. That is there. Kyam. Then drashtum maya. Drashtum maya. Maya drashtum becomes drashtum maya. Clear? Tataha. There is tataha, yogeshwaraha. Yogeshwara tataha. Yogeshwara tataha. Tvam darshaya. I broke the word. Darshaya atmanam abhiyam. 3 words in the last padam. Darshaya me. Where is me? Tato me tvam. Me. Avyayam. Last word. Atmanam. Before that. Yogeshwara. So the way of making the Anvayas, begin by addressing the Lord as Hey Prabhu. Say everything, end with Hey Yogeshwara. Clear? BV18? Anvaya? Clear. Okay, very good. Now, Hey Prabhu. Prabhu means Lord. So, some people are lawyers. They go to the court and say, My Lord. Person is Lord or not, you say, My Lord. Right? Like that. It is not simply saying, My Lord. Really Lord. Who is the real Lord? Bhagavan is the real Lord. So, Hey Prabhu. Prabhu means many meanings. King, Lord, Ishwara Tattvam. Here Prabhu means Hey Bhagavan, Hey Lord. Yedi manyase. Manyase means consider. So yedi manyase, if you think, iti, that. Tat shakyam. Shakyam means possible. So it can be possible. If you consider that it is possible, it can be possible. What? You consider that it can be what? Drashtum maya. Seen by me. Tat means what? Connect to Aishwaram Rupam. See, here the word tat shakyam. Tat means that. That means it. That particular, no? Something. What is that? Aishwaram Rupam. Iti Aishwaram Rupam Shakyam Drashtum Maya. Seen by me. If you consider that your divine form can be seen by me. For understanding? Tataha. Then. So normally yataha tataha should come. Here yadi tataha has come. Yadi also means if. Tataha means then. Okay. So, tataha, then, so only if you consider, that means what Arjuna is now treading very carefully. You should not demand something that you don't know. They say, no, don't ask questions for which you don't want to know the answer. This is very confusing, right? Don't ask questions for which you don't want to know the answer. I don't know whether you understood this particular statement. Anyway, so whether it can be seen by me. So that means what Arjuna is saying, directly not saying show me. Says, if you consider that can be seen by me, tataha, then tvam darshaya me. Tvam, here you. Tvam you, darshaya, show me. So you reveal to me, you show to me what now? Avyayam atmanam. Atmanam means your, in bracket, you write Vishwarupam. Atmanam Vishwarupam Avyayam. Avyayam means what? Inexhaustible. Avyayam means what? That which will never get extinguished. Vyayam means what? That which will get spent, extinguished, no, destroyed. Money, when you start spending, it will go away. So whatever you do, that will, whatever in the world is there, all matter principles, some point in time get extinguished. Here Arjuna is pointing to inexhaustible form of what? Atmanam, your Aishwaram Rupam. Hey Yogeshwara. So Yogeshwara here means once again, Ishwara means Lord. Yoga means what? We studied in the 7th and 9th chapter. Yoga Maya. The power is called yoga. Vibhuti is manifestation. So here the power to create, sustain, dissolve is a special what? Called yogic power of Bhagavan. Yogiva yasvechaya tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Namaidam Sri Dakshinamurtaye Bijasyantari Vankuro Jagadidam Prang Nirvikalpam Punaha Maya Kalpita Desha Kala Kalana Vaichitra Chitri Kritam Maya Viva Vijrumbha Yatyapi Maha Yogi Iva Yasvechaya Yogi Iva. So that's why content study of Shastra is important. Connect Shastras, we study to the relevant shlokas. Here is the power. Yoga is the power. So just like a magician has got a power which is manifested as some form, visualization, entire universe emerges from the power of Bhagavan as a visual form in front of you. That's why Yogeshwara. Are you seeing the word Arjuna is using? One is, he's the Lord of the universe, so Prabhu. There is Yogeshwara, ability to create, sustain, dissolve. So all the background Arjuna has created very well in just 2-3 shlokas. So when a student is asking correctly, systematically, with proper justification, some question, the teacher will answer quickly. He will not keep on bridging. The bridging will happen only when the person who's asking either confused or there is vitandavadam, unnecessary questioning, argumentative, then no answer will come. If you're correct, straight, sharp, to the point, give the background, this is what I know, and also approach in a very humble way. If I'm eligible to know, if I'm eligible to see, all the right things Arjuna has ticked off. You say, in modern language, tick off all the right boxes, then the answer will come quickly. So Bhagavan didn't waste any time. He was waiting, as if he was waiting for this question. Bhagavan jumps. Let us see. Oh, enough of Arjuna Vacha. Now, Sri Bhagavanu Vacha. Pashya me partha rupani. Shatashotha sahasrashaha. Nana vidhani divyani. नानावर्णाकृतीनि च.
श्रीभगवानुवाच पश्य मे पार्थरूपाणि शतशोऽथसहस्रशः नानाविधानि दिव्यानि नानावर्णाकृतीनि च.
Very good. All of us together. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Pashya me partharupani Shatashodha sahasrashaha Nana vidhani divyani Nana varnakritini cha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So, after studying the Shastras, Vedanta Shastra properly, then studying the 11th chapter systematically, the meaning, then learning the right way to chant, these are all shlokas will help in dhyanam from here on. Okay. Now, so what is the background? Arjuna has asked the right question, right way, right methodology, right eligibility, all the criteria have been fulfilled. So Bhagavan doesn't say, you go today, come tomorrow, I will teach you. Some people will say, no, today is not a good day. Now it's Rahu Kalam. Now it's no, what things are not good. Didn't waste any time. Immediately, as if what? Does Bhagavan need to prepare? So all these no people who wear different kind of dress every time, wear no different kind of beard, some kind of headdress and all, that won't prepare. Bhagavan doesn't need to prepare. The moment Arjuna asked, next minute or next second itself, Bhagavan said, here, see. Hey Arjuna, see my divine form. Pashya. You know, that is the first word Bhagavan spoke, even the Bhagavad Gita, the first word, the first chapter. There, anybody knows the shloka? Arjuna asked, can you show me all the warriors I need to fight? That is a very limited view. Pashya is what Bhagavan told in the first chapter. What is that Pashya? Pashya, see who you want to fight. Bhishma, Drona, Pramukataha, Sarve, Tanjamaiksha, all those things is all, no? Anybody searching, first chapter it is there. Word Pashya is there. The first word Bhagavan spoke in the Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So, not 3, it is something else. Sloka number 25, correct. Now, here also Bhagavan saying Pashya. Or is there a difference? There, Pashya was a limited view of the armies and the people that Arjuna had to fight. Here, Bhagavan is saying Pashya. Now see. Now see what? My divine form. Arjuna asked, Ishwaram Rupam, right? Same thing, Ishwaram Rupam, divine form. Now you see, so whatever Arjuna asked, Bhagavan is now showing that. See my divine form. Now, in the beginning, Bhagavan doesn't want to go into a lot of specific things. See, when you see something vast, mighty, there are two things, right? Two different aspects. Some are very specific. Yes or no? Somewhere, if you see, if you go to a park, for example, okay, huge park you go, outside a lot of trees, flowers, different colors you will see. When you go specifically, you'll see some small, no, ant, small insect, all that also there. Yes or no? In a vision. So in the beginning, Bhagavan doesn't want to go into specific. He's giving a general definition of the divine form. What is the general definition, general view? There are various kinds of entities that are superimposed on the divine. Now, understand now. For a beginner, for a person who has not studied Vedanta, who doesn't understand Vedanta, who doesn't understand Ashabdamasparshamaroopam. The Supreme has got no form, no shape, no color, as if abstract, as if like space, as if no nothing on which everything is created. Yatova imani bhuta nijayante e najata nijivanti yatrayantya abhisammishanti. That means what? From which the entire universe emerges, on which it is sustained and dissolved. But the principle on which everything is emerging is formless, nameless, shapeless, colorless, tasteless. Very difficult to comprehend. Yes or no? In people in the beginning of Vedanta will not be able to comprehend. So you put a form to the formless Brahman. Understand now systematically. The formless Brahman is Nirguna Brahman, difficult to comprehend. The same formless Brahman appears as Ishwara Tattvam Saguna Brahman. So for the beginner, Nanda Adhikari, Madhyama Adhikari, intermediate Adhikaris, the same supreme no Tattvam, which is formless Brahman, takes on the Saguna Brahman, Nirguna Brahman to the one level below. Just like the entire universe is created on the formless Brahman, here Bhagavan is giving a visualization to Arjuna of the entire universe on something that is a form. You're getting the background now? Clear? So it is not something that is absolutely real. Now, can you first understand this? Now, write on 1, 2, 3, 4 points before we get into details. First point, the Vishwarupam or the Vishwarupa Darshanam here, Vishwarupa Darshanam of the visualization or the vision of the entire universe on a form here, because Krishna Paramatma is Ishwara. Suddenly, Parameshwara cannot come. Are you able to see? I will understand now. See, Arjuna says, I want to see your divine form, and the same divine form only you have to superimpose all those things. Suddenly, you cannot create Maheshwara or Brahmaji or somebody else or Lakshmi, you cannot bring there. Correct? Ah? So, the same form is now expanded. So, this is a visualization of the entire universe on a Sagunam Brahma Tattvam, which is actually really Nirguna Brahman. Now, is it absolutely real or what? Virtually real. What is absolute real, virtually real? Virtually real means something that is happening really in the relative world. Follow me, please write down all these things. Something that is happening really in the relative world, but a vision or a visualization of that is presented to you. It's called virtual reality. Example, once again, I'll give you. Many of you see live telecast of games, cricket match, football match. Yes or no? Is the match actually happening or not? Krishna here, happening, no? Correct? Happening. That is the reality. But are you really in that stadium and seeing the physical form? What is happening? You're seeing that picture in the TV. Correct? The, the form, the visual form of the actual reality is being presented to you. Are understanding? This TV, technology, all this helping us to understand Vishwarupa Darshanam. See, Bhagavan knew all those things long back. Bhagavan is the greatest what? Technical expert, whatever you want to call, all AI, BI, CID, everything is Bhagavan. So I say, focus on Bhagavan. Fools are saying focus on AI. Mahafools, who says focus on AI, Mahafools. Focus on Bhagavan. AI will be so easily digested. BA next, what is going to come? What is being said now? What will be said in the future? All will digest very easily if you connect with Bhagavan. Repeating again. Okay. So, Bhagavan is now presenting a visual vision of something that is what real. I'm going to give you some more information. Be attentive. It's a very, see, I keep repeating, Vishnu is not just watching film and going home. You think a lot. In the visual form that Bhagavan is going to show, Bhagavan is also going to show what is going to happen in the future also. Right now, the war itself has not begun. Many of you have already studied Vishnu all seen something, so I'm giving some background already. Karna, Duryodhana, all those people are going to be killed, right? Yes or no? They are not yet killed. Vishnu Darshanam happens before the war or after the war? After everybody is killed. Simple question. Before. So Bhagavan is going to show something to Arjuna, which is going to happen in the future. What is going to happen in the future? If you present it now, it is real or unreal? You start thinking. Actually, I'm telling you, Nagasaka, nobody has put any amount of thought on Vishrupa Darshan. Simply study. Eh? So, since Bhagavan is Kala Titam, is beyond time, also the master of time, he knows what is going to happen in the future. What is going to happen in the future, which will be real. And that real is only real in the relative world. It's relative reality, not absolute reality. What is absolute reality? So many things are there, you see. Real, reality, relative reality, absolute reality, in between virtual reality. So many things are there. Huh? So, this way Vedanta, if you enter Radha Sagar, it will make you very sharp. See, in Vedanta, there is one particular reality called Pratibhasika Satyam. Write down. I didn't introduce this term till now. There is Vyavaharika Satyam, there is Paramarthika Satyam, there is a Pratibhasika Satyam. Third one, write down and keep it with you. We'll come back. That means what? Pratibhasikam means during that period of experience, it appears as reality, like dream, like this Vishwarupa Darshanam. It is neither what absolute reality, not relative reality, but real at the time of happening. So understand all these things. Why it cannot be a physical Vishwarupa Darshanam of Krishna Paramatma on that all being superimposed is not actually the reality in even the relative real world, but it's creation of, I won't call it illusion. If you say illusion, that becomes unreal. It is a reality, but for making Arjuna understand, and through Arjuna understand, all of us understand that the happenings of the world, the creation, sustenance, all the happenings are superimposed on a supreme principle. They don't happen just like that. There is a substratum, sustaining principle. This Vishwarupa Darshanam is being presented. Are you understanding now? The Vishwarupa Darshanam, or the vision of the cosmic form, vision of the inexhaustible, glorious form of Bhagavan, is an explanation or is a visual form of the Upanishad mantra. Yatova imani bhuta nijayante, from which all the beings emerge or created or manifested. Ena jata nijivanti, in which all the beings are being sustained. Beings, focus on beings now. Then we can focus on non-beings, non-living beings. Being means living beings. Yatrayantyabhisamvishanti, in which all the beings get dissolved. Correct? That is Upanishad mantra. How to understand this without getting jnanam? This is a step. Step in the right direction. Are you getting the point? See, all the Shastras, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad, Brahma Sutras are pointers. The pointed is absolute real, which cannot be explained totally through words. That will what? It will happen. It will emerge as knowledge in you when you study Shastra systematically. So now, so Bhagavan wants to begin by saying there are various kinds of forms. Are you understanding now? First is the very high level, different forms. How many forms are possible? Only if you take what? In our geometry itself, triangle, rectangle, no, then what? Pentagon, hexagon, no, octagon, decad, something, keep on. How many are there? So, like that, so many different forms are there. Number one. Two, different kinds of colors, various kinds of forms, different colors. Only one color. That is why Ishwara is very interesting. The background here, Krishna Paramatma is interesting, but the actual background is what? Actual principle is what? Screen. I tell you, go to theater. Screen. Who wants to see screen? That's why during intermission, nobody wants to sit and see the screen. They'll go for some hot coffee, some Coca-Cola, something, go and take, right? So, after the picture comes, everybody is back. What is happening? Like that, various colors are there in this universe. That is why Bhagavan said, Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Gunamayi Mama Maya. I'm creating all these things. Mama means my. So Bhagavan says, see all the various colors and forms. So there are divine forms, they are earthly forms. That means what? As I told you, Google Map can show you only the earth. Can Google show you Swargalokam? Huh? Can Google show Swargalokam where all Indra Sabha is there, all the various gods are there, Ramba Urushi is dancing. People are interested, but you cannot see. For that you should do punyam. Go to Swargaloka. Okay. So divine forms are also, Bhagavan is saying, are there. See, earthly forms are also there. See that. And they are not just one or two. They are in hundreds and thousands. That means what? Just not hundred and thousand. Hundreds and thousands means what? Infinite. So imagine, at least for a minute, close your eyes, imagine infinite forms which are divine, infinite forms which are earthly. That means what? There are like what? We say the things that are found on earth. Then infinite colors, infinite shapes. So Bhagavan is easily saying, see, it's already there. That means what? It was there, it is there, it will always be there. You only need a special equipment to see this. Are you getting the point? Now, once again, technology. Nowadays, they give what? Virtually real instrument, right? See, for putting in the like a glasses, like ears and all. No, you go and sit somewhere as if you are within that. You are traveling inside. It shows yes or no? Virtual reality show 3D glass, gone beyond 3D glass. 3D glass was 20 years back, 30 years back. Nowadays, there are virtual, no, virtual real, no, virtual reality creation, no, kind of. That is the next technology. No, all the technical technology companies are working on. Your Facebook, your Google, all are working on that. Apple and all, right? So, how are they able to create? Are you actually traveling within? Huh? So, like, no, you also go for many kinds of rides in different places, no, like in Disney World and all. As if you go inside some kind of place where so many things are there. Huh? How they create that? They're creating that, right? That is what virtually they're creating. So here it is already there. Bhagavan is saying, see, right? Because Bhagavan knows everything is already there on the Supreme. So he is saying, see, clear. Was Arjuna able to see? You will know in a few slokas that Arjuna was not able to see. Bhagavan is saying, you see, it is there, but Arjuna is like, once again, no, no, I'm not able to see. That you will see after a few slokas. Now look at the Padavibhaga Anvaya for this sloka in the class. Pashya, me, very important, me. So here Bhagavan is saying me and mine, my, okay. Pashya, me, he partha, rupani, shatashaha, atha. So this word atha, technical grammar you understand. There is no word called athaha. When you say ataha, the takaram should be alpa prana. Understand the point? So when you say athato brahma jignasa, first sutra and sutras, the first takaram is takaram, mahapranam. Atha, then ataha. Athato, ato is matha. Okay. So here atha, right? Shatashaha, atha, sahasrashaha, nana vidhani, divyani, nana varnakritini. Cha. Clear? All of you are sharp. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Now the Anvaya. He Partha. Pashya. He Partha. Pashya. Me Divyani Rupani. Nana Vidhani. Cha Nana Varna Kritini Shatashaha Atha Sahasrashaha. I'll just organize this and then we'll end the class. First group, anyway, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. That is the introduction. He Partha, Pashya Me Divyani Rupani. First group. What is the qualification? What is the speciality? Nana Vidhani Cha Nana Varna Kritini. Second group. Qualitative aspects. Third group, number theory. Shatashaha Atha Sahasrashaha. So, quality, quantity, and their existence in multifarious forms on that supreme reality. Nah. So, various qualities or quality in infinite ways, quantity in infinite ways on that absolute reality. The absolute reality also infinite. So I said infinite quality, infinite quantity on one absolute reality. Ekameva Dvitiyam. That is the greatness of Ishwarupa Darshanam, which is what? A picturization of the Upanishad truth. Yatova imani bhutani jayante ena jatani jivanti yatrayantябhisam vishanti. Clear? Some background you got? Have you got a right now different perspective of Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga? Many of you heard Vishwarupa Darshana from so many people, so many different people. Now you can very well term all those people as ignorant people. Go back and study Shastra systematically with the traditional teacher. Then you'll understand this properly. So we'll continue further. I was not able to take up the ebook now. So we'll take it up in the next class. All of you download once again. The ebook is going to help you to further systematize this knowledge. It is not easy to understand Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. And second thing is, this is the last chapter which you'll be studying the ebook together with me in live form. After that, you have to go back to recording previous chapters also from 12 to 18. You should go to recording. Even the ebooks will be provided. Take the ebook and revise with the recordings available in YouTube. So, 11th chapter assumes a lot of importance. Final chapter, studying live with the teacher. No, the last chapter. Om Shanti 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 Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Krishna 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 Shubhamastu. Samasta Sanmangalani Bhavate. Hari Om Narayana. We'll continue in about 12 hours. Wonderful chapter. Ishwarupa Darshana Yoga. Narayana.